Hello, everyone. I'm back. As I said that in my description, that I was putting up in one um, after the one that I just put up. But this is going to be short, I hope. But when I said that, all of a sudden I was getting hot, I already, and everybody should know why I was. But, this was going on all day. Um, anyway, I took care of that. But in the video before, I mentioned, if you don't like a person, you know, you don't agree, you can't solve it, put your ideas together, you just walk away. No matter, why or what the reason is. You don't do revenge, etc., etc. You don't do any of that. Like I said in the other video, everybody doesn't need to, agree. And if you can't fix it, then okay, that's it. You walk away, you know, but you still protect. If you're, come up with each other again or whatever, you see them, as I explained, and they need help, if somebody's bothering them, you grab whoever you have with or others that are around there, you form to protect, you know, and that's how it should be. So I was told to bring up, when I said that, once I got done, as I said, that's how it should be. It shouldn't matter if you disagreed or whatever. If someone is being bullied, like I said, or whatever it may be, you grab as many people, whatever, or whoever's with you, you stand by a person and show these people. And as I've been saying, you also call the authorities, whatever, let them take care of it. But as I said, that's how it should be. And I am that kind of person. They want me to bring up, it could be we cross paths or whatever, if you need someone to listen, your problems or whatever, or if I can cheer you up, tell you if I know, or like I said in my other videos, I'll give somewhere where you can go, whatever. If you respect me, you don't take advantage, whatever. I have your back. And that's how it should be with, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, and etc. And again, women shouldn't, turn against women. Men shouldn't turn against men or go against the opposite. It shouldn't be that way. Like I said before, everybody's different, okay? If everybody was the same, boy, that would be so boring as heck. If everybody was the same. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own purpose. Everyone has their own, gift or talent, whatever. I mean, it might be in the same field as someone or whatever. But you all have a different purpose why you're in that field. And it's not that anyone's better than anybody. Now, like I said, if I had to, whatever, I came across someone being bullied or whatever, yeah, I will grab people and stand there. I will have that person's back. And that's how I will be. And that's how I was with, the person that I was dating. And that's how I will be with, the one that these ones are trying to figure out who it is. Well, still none of your business. But anyway, you're supposed to support each other, help each other. Love each other. Be there when, one of you or whoever is at their low moment, to help them to get out of it, whatever. To protect them. As a family. And that's what I will do. And if anyone tried, think that they can take that person away or whatever, thinking that they could, you don't want to find out. But anyway, and no, it's not being jealous or whatever. No. No one should try to do that. No one should lie about a person either. Because if someone tried to lie, and I know it's not a lie, I will do anything to put a stop to it and prove that it's a lie. But don't get me wrong either. I'll still support my person. If I find out that whatever it may be was a lie, especially if it's, something where you're doing something that could, how could I say it? Endangered any of us or bring harm or doing something illegal or whatever. Oh, sorry. None of that. I don't take too well with. Better not be tempted to think that I won't find out. And think that I would approve of it. But again, don't get me wrong. I'll support you. But while I get the help for you. But if it's something else, that you were talked into cheating or whatever, well, yeah, you do need help with that, but you're not going to get it from me. Because that, well, who knows what you're bringing. And it won't be in around me or our family. I don't know why they wanted me to bring that up. You could call me old school. You could call me whatever you want. But I don't go for drama. I don't go for BS. I don't go for, ones that come into, people's lives. They're not there to, respect, protect. And, if you don't like what people say or whatever, but you were okay, before or whatever, people occasionally will say something, someone probably won't like, but instead of like, doing things, you talk it over. You know, stuff like that. And if it's a friend or, you do things, you know, and that's how they are, but they're really, nice, or, oh, they have your back, they will do anything or whatever. That doesn't mean, because they said something, all of a sudden, oh, well, you don't like them and you don't have their back anymore or whatever. That's not how it goes. Because, yeah, a lot of people don't like me, but does that bother me? No. Some, that we just, don't speak or whatever. I fell out or we fell out or whatever. That doesn't mean that they would do any revenge or whatever. If I needed help, if they see that somebody's bothering me or whatever, they won't even have to think about it. They will have my back like I would theirs. And that's how it should be. You never do revenge on somebody unless you want it back. And it's not, unless you do revenge that way. But most of the time, all the time, it should be what God decides that karma should be. That's not up to others. As the saying goes, oh, paybacks. Yeah, you do something that's not going to harm somebody, and it's funny, as in, oh, you thought you got me? Oh, I'm going to get you good. Like the one that I think it was a movie, but I think somebody actually did it. I'm not sure. Like, what was that? How did it go? Oh, the husband cheated or whatever. And, well, the husband and the mistress, or whatever you want to call it, wanted the wife out of the home. So what the wife did to pay back was put shrimp all over the house. where they couldn't find it. And they couldn't sell the house either. But the problem is, the wife wanted the house back. So she got it. Because it was hers anyway. But, the thing is, now that was a payback. And it's funny. Because you shouldn't cheat. The payback was the wife, well, I should say ex-wife, because the husband got married to whoever he cheated with, decided to give back the home to her. But the payback was, and why it was funny, didn't harm anybody. The thing is, where she put all the shrimp and everything, they couldn't find it and they couldn't sell the home. So they gave it back to her and bought a new home. But the thing is, where she hid it, they took it and still couldn't find where. Now, I thought that was funny. Not doing revenge, wasn't harming anybody. It was a silly thing. And she, put her home the way she wanted it. But, they all became, not friends, but, they called when they, needed help with something. But they kept calling. I don't know what it is, I still smell it. We might have, had it on us or whatever. We have to wash everything or whatever. I don't know if she ever found, told them, but, who knows? I'm not saying to do it. I mean, really, it's not funny. I mean, if you ever smelled rotten shrimp, but still, that didn't harm anybody. But they still had each other's back if they needed something, help on something. And like I said, you don't do things, as a prank that goes overboard or whatever, where someone could get hurt or harmed. Same thing, but stuff like that. You don't do initiations, where people get harmed or whatever. Especially when you don't know something, about initiations. You don't do what people tell you to do unless you check into it, what it really can do. I mean, you don't tell people, and hound them to do something when they say no in the first place. Especially when there's, well, not the good intention behind it. So when you're like, all of a sudden you get invited to somewhere that before you knew that they didn't like you in the first place, but then all of a sudden they're sweet and everything because, oh, you're out of school or whatever, and all of a sudden they say that, well, you know they want to invite you, or they want to invite you to a party or whatever. I mean, I'm not telling you not to go, but just make sure you bring somebody with you to help you or back you up, or don't go at all, because it's a setup most of the time. I'm not saying all the time. Especially if they give you the drinks or food or whatever, and you didn't get it. And I'm not saying that's all everybody. I'm not saying it's all the time. Yeah, people do change. But you still need to be careful out there. You will feel when something feels, you know, wrong, or, something's up, but you don't know what that is. You always go by that, and always pay attention. Always, be alert. And that is also saying you never go anywhere alone. that you need someone to back you up. I mean, I have a funny one, like I said, where I was at that time. You know, everybody always fell for this person. I mean, they were nice and everything, but I thought it was kind of strange, you know, for a person never really spoke to. I mean, they said hi and everything. You know, all of a sudden asked me to go skinny dipping. Yeah, right there I knew. So I didn't harm anybody, but I got the person back because, like I said, I thought it was strange. Told them to go in first and turn their back because I didn't want them to, actually see. So I took their clothes. I mean, it was funny what they found. I mean, which was funny. I don't know how they found, well, never mind. Anyway, that person knew not to do it again. But they also told me that they were shocked, that they didn't think that I would do that. See, I like shocking people. And no, I don't know if they were actually went in. I wasn't looking. All I know is I only took the pants and his shirt. That's all I could grab. So they probably had a bathing suit on. Don't know. Didn't really care. So sorry if you thought that way. If you don't belong to me, I'm not with you. Sorry. Don't look. I don't look. You're not my prop. They're not, not my property. I'm not with you. Especially if you're with another person and you're coming at me. Well, that's what you get. And I knew that person was with someone. So that's why I took the clothes. Because where I bought them was where everybody was, even the person that they were supposed to be with. I said, well, this is what you say your person is, so, you know, faithful and etc. I said, here you go. You could give it to him when he decides to come out. And that's the kind of person I am. You don't like it? Well, that's not my problem. You don't come to me thinking that I'm easy or that I love being a second fiddle. Or you come up against me as in, thinking that you have rights to my property. And as people say, my package. It belongs to me, not anybody else. I mean, I believe that's what people say today. I don't know. That's why I'm speaking this way. I'm not saying that, my person, will do that. I mean, put it this way. They shouldn't. It's not because I'm jealous or whatever. I just don't play that way. And when another woman comes against another woman thinking that they have the right to do that because they think that they're better than I am, well, you're not. And if, they have a fling with you, well, they're no better either. I mean, technically, he should politely tell you to go away. It's not that I'm jealous. I protect. Where no one should have business with. And that's how I am. People don't like it. Well, that's not my problem. When I'm supposed to, be friends with or be in love with or, whatever. That's how I am. I was always that way. Until, I get disrespected or whatever, then, well, I'm no longer that way. I mean, if I ran into you, yeah, and I saw something, yeah, I'll protect you. I'll get people to help you out. Now I'm speaking about ones that, did petty stuff and, whatever, not to harm, even though, you cheated and I don't know who you were with until I got to know the person, but, whatever. I'm not speaking about what's going on, like now. I mean, I would have. I probably still, but not really. So, what this is really supposed to be about is, people coming together and you protect each other. You don't harm. You don't do, you know, protesting. You don't do rallies or whatever. You help each other. You cheer people up and whatever. I did a video before about all that and recent. I'm not going to get into all that. But when I brought protecting and all that, for some reason they want me to bring this all up. Why? Don't know. But like I said, I'm off for a reason. It's not that I'm quitting. It's not that I'm giving up. I don't do that. I don't quit. I don't give up. That doesn't run in my blood. I am God's daughter. I'm his baby. And he doesn't give up. Neither does spirit. And neither does my ancestors and the ones that I know. I take after them. I have Jesus and God's blood in me. So why would I give up? I'm not a quitter. And my father always said not to be a quitter or give up. So by just listening, I learned a lot. My dad always said also, you need to learn your own body. And he always did. But he didn't know what was going on, though. I mean, he always, knew what to do. But now that I'm thinking, he didn't know what was going on. I did. And I tried to tell him. But he didn't understand any of all that. Like I didn't. But I learned. And when I learned when I was a baby, well, God made sure that he brought all that back for me to remember. Which I mentioned in the other videos. I might have mentioned it in the last one. I don't remember. I mean, I remember, but I'm not going to get into it. But I don't know when I'm going to be on. But I had to do the video before this to say I knew what was going to happen. It didn't matter who won. It was still going to be. But until I found out, which was, I think last night, I'm not sure. When I found out who actually won, I came on. And I just remembered. But it doesn't matter. Because of, they found out, I guess they knew that I came on yesterday. Or today, I should say. Or whenever it was. Because I was looking for something. And what was up, I forgot. I mean, they what it was, I did write a small comment, but I forgot that I was off. And that I'm supposed to stay off for a while. Unless, But I have my reason. So they must have noticed that I was on. And the phone calls that I had to do. And when what was it that I mentioned? Oh, I mentioned something. So, about, one of them that is using this person's name, among others' names. I can't remember. I mean, one of them is a woman. But the thing is, I mean, I don't know what the reason is, but before I did this video, I was told to check because I haven't done that in a while. And I was like, yeah, why am I checking? Well, I checked. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. But I did notice that, subscribers are going down again. I had them. Now they're, don't know why, but I guess that one was the one that I mentioned, I guess. I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know. I mean, this stuff doesn't matter to me. You like me, you like me. I tell the truth, but, whatever. And I'm not speaking personal or about anybody. If it fits, it fits. I mean, like, really fits. And the only time that, it's about somebody, I would get a name. I'm just saying, like, everything that I went through or going through to give heads up to others not to go through and what people are up to, whoever they may be. So, I don't know why they wanted me to bring that up about the, subscribers and, whatever. Guess they just wanted me to bring it up. I don't know. I mean, to me, I'm not talking about anybody. As my dad would say, if the shoe fits, wear it. I mean, what can I say? If that's better than, if it fits, it resonates, it resonates. But if I have to say, if the shoe fits, then wear it. What anybody says. Don't just get mad at somebody thinking that they're speaking about you when we're not, because we don't know who it's for. I mean, very little bit could be similar, to what you're going through. Everybody goes through, things. Some could be the same, but a little bit different. You have to really, really understand the message, not assume. This way, people have excuses to yell or, to have nasty, comments, which I always said, and it's in my bio. I don't judge. I don't disrespect you. You come to this, whatever this is called, platform, channel, whatever. You get what I mean. Respecting me. Well, I should say, respecting who is on my channel. You respect each other. And you help each other. You don't do harm. You do not write nasty things about anybody. Unless it's one of the, I guess, troll or whatever. You say, hey, no. You get them off of the channel, whatever. Out of the comments. And then I'll get my men, or they'll probably do it anyway. Delete them. I don't know. But like I said, everyone's welcome as long as you come correct. You don't judge anybody. You don't assume. You don't, try to draw up drama. You don't draw up lies, whatever. Or trying to get people's information or whatever. This way you could take revenge or do whatever. No. I don't play that way. Like I said, I speak, and like the ones that I know, speak the truth. It's, to me, it's like a get together, a gathering of either, learning something, being aware of something, and to help whoever and everyone, what's out there, what to be careful with, and etc. Sometimes you'll hear my, sense of humor. I mean, I think it's funny, but, to some, they might not get it or think it's not funny, but that's me. My dad I'm like my dad, a dry sense of humor. We always got, thought it was funny. And everybody just looked at us like that wasn't funny. Well, to us it was. Sorry. That's how I am. I'm just, sometimes I'm this little kid, which I am tiny, but, I know when to be, serious or whatever. But I don't need to explain. If you were with me the whole entire time, you know how I am. Not everything, but, maybe in due time. But I am straightforward. not saying that's how everybody should be, but don't expect of, when someone is doing things behind my back and then coming to me two-face and pretending to be a friend or whatever and expecting me to sit there and approve of it? No. Because I won't do things like that. So I don't expect it to be done to me. And to do harm or whatever, I know not to do that. Because like I said in my other videos, no. It's one thing, where if I did something and I get caught and I either have to go to, the principal's office or to the authorities or whatever and sit there, well, being called to speak to God is worse than both of them. Believe me. And I'm not saying that I'm a goody two shoes either. I do fun things, but I don't do things where it will harm somebody, ruin somebody, or, whatever. I don't do illegal stuff. I don't do magic. I don't do any of that. No. For what? To get back? Oh, I don't know. How many times fold? Worse than what I did? No. That's why I do try to help people and do things the right way. This way I get that back. And that's how you do it. When you do it the wrong way, we all know what that is, I'm not saying everybody does it or, whatever. Yeah, you might get, but it's temporary. Until you get caught. Well, these people did get caught. I mean, literally, but I mean, some still lingering when they came up against me. And when I decided, okay, enough is enough. So this is how I am. Again, I gave a little bit about myself. I did that in the beginning or somewhere along there. I forget what. I think I put a little bit about me, I said. I don't remember. But they wanted me to bring that up. But put it this way, like I said, especially with those two quotes that I stand by, and I heard that ever since I was young. I will be nice to you and whatever. But once that button is pushed way too far, I don't know what will come out of me. Because as I said, I've been dealing with crap since I was young, a baby. And look how many years, all those ones, and now, what, 7 years it's going on, that I was patient, that I let you get away with. And look how many years, I kept saying, oh, it's okay. Me telling God, how many years, I kept warning. But most of the time, people wouldn't let people get away with all that. You should have been thankful that I didn't have a short fuse. You should have left it at that. Now, you won't know what shock or comes out of my mouth. Because I never know. But again, I only put up what I'm given. Even about these ones. I haven't given who they were or whatever. I don't need to. Because they're doing that on their own. Later, maybe. I don't know. But I rather, put it in a, a photograph album or whatever, saying, oh yeah, I remember them. Yeah. I don't do spiteful things. And I don't expect anybody to do spiteful things to any of my family or myself or to whoever comes to be able to feel safe on my channel. I don't get into anybody's business. I mean, if you tell me things or whatever, I already said all that. Where, you could speak to me if I could help, or I know somebody that will help. I leave it at that. You know, especially if you tell me things personally or personal. Thing is, you know, when people tell me things like that, it's not for me to repeat or whatever. So I trained myself not to remember. I don't need not to remember forcefully. And neither does anybody else. Only God and Spirit does the testing to teach us, for us to learn. The initiating, whatever, initiations, the tempts, the tempting, all that is done naturally for us to learn, not forced. So since I was little, what I heard, other than people, trying to, block my memory, you didn't need to do that. Because I already taught myself. What's not for me. And if it's, someone just, you know, tucking out whatever on their mind or personal or whatever, I'm there to lend a shoulder or whatever, or help, or an idea or whatever. But it's not my business. So I don't need to remember. That's the difference. I know what not to remember and what to remember. But I don't get into anybody's business. Why would I? Until you make it personal and to get into my business, well, then it is my business. And the thing is, if I know that all I was getting was lies or whatever, don't expect, if you came to me and still was lying, thinking that I'm not going to find out anyway or no, I have a better one. Since I've been lied to all the time, and yeah, I got truth, but to balance it and to prove also that I know you're lying, there will be a lie detector. How about that? So you can tell me whatever. Should I have that? I mean, you're not even going to get close anyway. But like I said, if you did, you'll be knowing Jesus within seconds. But anyway, this is long enough. Now you know a little bit more about me. But really, I'm really not that scary. I mean, I could be fun. Until, it comes time for the mama bear to come out, among other things that I am. When it needs to be, protected. You're noisy, I tell you. But I love you. But yeah. And that's only a little bit that I will do. Oh, and remember, who I have around me. Don't miss. Remember that. But you wanted to play. Well, now you know how I play. If it comes down to it. But you're seeing what I do through Spirit and God. Because now they're showing what my temper could be. So it's not me that's doing it. You decided to come after God's baby. What could I say? I mean, you know. But whatever. I'm just here to make peace around the world. And, you know, maybe one day, you know, I would get to, you know, visit some of the places that I always wanted to go, you know, where I'm from, you know, stuff like that. I only went to one, but, you know. And that's where I go. But other than that, I'm not here to, you know, get people mad, or I don't judge. I don't talk about anybody personally. I don't do personal stuff. You know, I'm not trying to make people feel bad. What I say, you know, I'm not trying to bring up trauma. I don't mean to do that. You know, everybody goes through a whole bunch of stuff. And technically what I, you know, brought up with some of it I went through. But sometimes I don't mention, you know, the whole entire thing. I just say, you know, what I have to say to help people to get out of it, or what to, you know, pay attention about. But anyway, if you do see this, or not see it, if you do hear this, then I did put it up. But, you know, like I said, I'm just here to do what I'm supposed to. And do what, like I said, what I normally, and what is normal in every household and whatever. That's what I do. I don't need extra stuff. If I needed extra stuff, I would go and work for it, or go do it. I don't need other people, to think that it is funny that others should go through what, they can't handle or they don't feel like going through. Well, by doing that, and believe me, I had to put up with a lot what others should have went through. But the thing is, by doing that and to others, that you didn't feel like handling it or going through whatever, that you didn't think that it would come back to you. Yeah, things go back to you what you put out. But in my situation, what you put out, one, wasn't fun to go through, especially when, you know, you found out that it wasn't really yours. But the thing is, you might thought that it was kind of little or whatever. It's coming back even more. And I think you know that now. So, what you're feeling, and you thought it was nothing, for whoever, to send it my way. But put it this way, what you're feeling, well, one, it's probably nothing or just the beginning. But by now, you should be feeling it, a lot of it. I'll put it this way, everyone can't handle it, right? And what you're feeling, because it's coming back even more, how do you think that was? What you're feeling now when you're young and you had to go through it constantly. I mean, you all know why. I didn't. See, right about now, what you are feeling, even though that it is more than what you put out, and what I went through was probably a little bit more when I was younger. I mean, now you're just like every second trying to send. So I know how, like, powerful you're sending. So how do you think it felt going through that? Because you had all these ones all at the same time, like now. constantly. How do you think it felt like as a young kid or a baby? I handle it. Why can't you? Huh? Oh, I know. Because you pushed everything off onto others, but have no qualms of doing things to be like them because you're jealous or mad or whatever, and you wanted to be like them or better than them because you thought everything came easy. No, nothing comes easy. I mean, you have to work for things. You know, I had to work through things. I had to work to provide and go through different things that, people go through and other things. But I also had, I don't know how many people throwing all their crap onto me. I chose to do this journey. I chose this purpose. I chose whatever. That's why yous weren't. I'm not saying that I'm better, but God knew that I could handle it. In the beginning, I didn't think I did, but I'm still here. So now I definitely know. I mean, I knew before that I can handle it. But from now on, only handling what God gives me, as in lessons or tests or initiations or whatever. I'm not taking on all that, plus everything that I have to take care of normally, and then extra that isn't mine, that you should be healing instead of me doing it for you. No. Did you do that for me? No. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I would help, but the thing is, I didn't know it wasn't mine. All of you did. And I wouldn't ask for help anyway, but all knew. But put this way, I will not do it again. Taking on what people think that you could force onto me. And you sure heck isn't going to do it or even tempt or think to do it to others, especially if I find out. And that's what you call having someone's back. And, like I said, you could be a neighbor, you could be a stranger that, I see getting bullied or something, whatever. Just going somewhere. Doesn't matter. People should protect each other. And start standing up together, protecting whoever is getting whatever. Call the authorities. And protect whoever it is against whoever is doing it. And do not let them get away with anything. People get away with too much today. And God's not letting it happen again. Remember that. Anyway, this is too long. And I guess they're at it again. Because it is really hot. Again. And I should have known. Because my ears been ringing. I mean, hurting. So somebody's at a meeting. Well, was. Well, you all together went over the plan of what you were going to do. Cooking up some lies on me. Yeah, I can hear it. I might not hear every word, but I know when people are talking bad about me. I mean, I really don't care. That's why I block it out. I could care less. Because I don't talk bad about anybody. I only talk about what people do to protect people. That's all I do. And, if you think I'm talking about you, as my dad says again, if the shoe fits, then, well, I didn't mention your name, so be thankful. Okay? And learn what was said then. That it's wrong. You shouldn't be harming or doing things to people that you don't want back. you should help protect and build up your community. This way, you could walk comfortable, you could live comfortable, help build it up. Where wherever you go, people will help protect if somebody gives you any kind of lip, meaning an argument or something. If you don't know what that means, I can't keep up with is today. I mean, people keep changing things, like, I don't know. So I'm speaking like what I grew up with. And if we acted like this when I was little, oh, believe me, it wasn't allowed. I mean, before it really got, whatever, everybody watched everybody's children or, helped each other. And that's how it should be. Anyway, again, sending lots of love, peace, light, positive thoughts all around the world. And, well, with everyone still here, I mean, it's their loss, whoever left, but what could I say? Not a thing. But anyway, have a great day. And thank you for all being here. And keep up with the good work. I'm proud of all of you. So, till next time, everyone have a great day today. Ciao. Yeah, wait a second. I'm getting off now.